Hello everyone, welcome back to Rising World. Elspeth here, and so today I decided that it's time for us to be a little bit more, let's say civilized. I think we've been sleeping in a grass and stick shelter long enough. So today I'm going to clear out enough space down here for us to actually have a real bedroom with a real bed. And while I'm at it, I'll do a little bit of detailing in the bedroom. Nothing too complex, of course. After all, we still don't have the ability to craft posters and hang interesting things like that on the wall. We will at some point, and when we can do that, I will go back and I will put some things up on the walls and make it look even better. But in the meantime, we're just gonna get the room built and, of course, get some basic necessities in there. Nothing too terribly elaborate, nothing too terribly detailed, just a few basics. Of course, unfortunately, that does require clearing out an awful lot of stone first. So, we will get all of this cleared out of the way, and then we'll be able to get down to business. And while I'm getting all this cleared out of the way, we will go over a little bit about what's going to go on this weekend. And I know it's very late. I'm going to get this episode up very, very late. And I do apologize for that. My entire schedule this week has just been horribly thrown off. So, part of my goal this weekend is to get back on track, get a good schedule going again, and I guess you could say finish recovering from the holiday. So to that end, I am not going to do a live stream of Rising World this weekend. I am, however, going to do live streams of Survival Craft on Saturday morning and Ashore on Sunday morning. I am really having a lot of fun in Ashore. It's a very interesting game. I'm proving how bad I am at first-person shooters just based on the number of times I've managed to get killed on camera so far. That's very impressive, I'm sure. But I will eventually beat the game. It's just a matter of time. I know I can do it. I'm not going to do it terribly gracefully, but I know that I can do it. So that's what's going to happen this weekend. And then Monday will be a regular episode of Rising World. And in Monday's episode of Rising World, I have decided that it is long past time that our audience chamber / Great Hall was completed. So that is going to be the goal of Monday's episode. And some of you might remember back when we first started creating our lovely little hobbit hole and digging it out, there is actually a second set of doors at the back of our entrance hall. Those doors will lead to the audience chamber. I just have to dig it out first. So, a couple of options with that. You guys tell me what you think. Decide, pick the best one, vote on that. Drop your votes down in the comments below. Let me know. Option number 1. I can just dig that room out off camera and then start recording once I have everything dug out and I'm about to start decorating. Option number 2, I can do the entire thing on camera, including all the digging, and then I would just time-lapse it like I'm doing with this video, where I have the footage, I recorded the footage, and now I'm having it running at 2 speed. So I can do that with that audience chamber. So let me know. Drop your comments down below. Tell me which one you would prefer that I do. And then I will kind of put that on the list for Monday's episode. And I have a couple of things that I found as I was going through trying to decide what I could create for the bedrooms. I found something that's really going to look absolutely wonderful in the audience chamber. So I will show you guys that a little bit later. It's going to look great. It really is. It's just going to look great. I'm super excited about it. And there's also going to be a wonderful little discovery in not too much longer here that is going to require some possible adjustments of some plans, and you will see what that is shortly here. Now, unfortunately, with some of the things that we can craft in Rising World, they just look modern. There isn't an old, more medieval style option. It's just kind of it is what it is. So some of the things that go into this hobbit hole here will be very modern. But I do want to keep somewhat of a rustic look. So think about kind of like an old hunting lodge, if you've ever been in one of those or seen pictures of those. That's kind of what I'm going for overall, because I know that some of it's going to look very modern because I don't have any choice in it. So that's fine. It is what it is. But then I want to have enough other stuff that it does kind of have a little bit of a rustic look. And then back here, along the side here, to my right is the wall adjoining our furnace room. So this narrow little area back here is going to be an additional crafting room because we need the paper press and I think it's called the grinding mill. We also need a tanning rack. I don't have one of those. I need one of those. But all three of those take up a rather significant amount of space. So, at least for the paper press and the grinding mill, they're going to go down here in their own special little room. And that way, we will have enough space for those because you have to be able to walk all the way around that grinding mill, which is kind of inconvenient, but that's okay. We will make that work. And hopefully soon we'll be able to get all that put in, and then we'll have all of our crafting stations. They'll be complete. Absolutely, positively complete. I'm very excited about that. Now, I could potentially rearrange this crafting room to make space, but I don't want to. I really don't. I don't want to at all. So I'm not going to. Nice little arbitrary decision right there. So it's just going to be a new crafting room. And it dawned on me, as I was about to walk down these stairs, that I never really got around to finishing the roof part over here. It's like, I dug it out, and then I built the stairs down, and, just kind of forgot all about the roof. So, taking a quick detour in my plans to get that finished here. And I do apologize. I know that I do that quite a bit. Just these random little detours, but in some cases I kind of have to address things as they occur to me. Otherwise I'll forget them. So I do tend to just go with that little detour, that little side trip, and address that issue when I think of it. As you can tell, I've got numerous little projects going on throughout my builds where they're very obviously not finished. And that's kind of why, is that I'll be working on one thing, And then I think of another, and I flit to the new thought. So I do apologize for that level of distraction, and hopefully you guys can all follow along, at least somewhat, with my random trains of thought as I bounce back and forth between them. Goodness, we are going to end up with quite a bit of stone. But that's okay. That's okay, because I'm going to use it all up. So that'll be just fine. I do need more dirt. I don't have a lot of dirt, and I could use more dirt. One thing that I was thinking about as I was looking at kind of the outside of our lovely hobbit hole here is the steps leading up to it, the steps on the platform leading up to it. Right now, I filled it in with stone, so it kind of looks like we just carved those stairs right out of the side of the mountain. But I was wondering if it wouldn't look better if I changed it so that instead of being carved out of the side of stone, they're actually carved out of the side of grass and dirt. So I could take off, so to speak, a little bit of the stone that I used, put dirt over the top of it, and then put grass on top of that. So let me know what you guys think about that, if I should do that or if I should just leave it the way it is with all the rocks. Drop a comment down below. Tell me how you feel about that. Here you can see I'm going through the wall, making a doorway here from the furnace room, coming over here into what's going to be, well, it's not really going to, well, yeah, it's going to be a new crafting room. I could say that. I could say it's a new crafting room. That's fine. I was going to say it's not really terribly new because the idea is not new, but I'm just going to say it's a new crafting room. That's easier. You can see I've got plenty of blocks here ready to go, and I've just about got enough of an area cleared out that I can actually build our bedroom here. Just finish off the ceiling really quickly. I really do like how this turned out. It looks great, and look at that. Look at that. Look at what we found. We found something interesting. Does anybody recognize anything through that lovely little hole in our floor there? Does anybody recognize anything like, say, some stairs that might possibly lead down into, oh, I don't know, maybe our mine? So you might remember that I was saying that I was planning on having some stairs and a tunnel that went from our home here down into the mine. So it was like a seamless little, well, I guess seamless isn't really the right word. It was a hidden passageway, we'll call it that, from the house to the mine. And that was always one of the things I wanted to do. And now I know how close we are to the mine. And I also know roughly what direction I need to go in. So that's going to be another upcoming thing. Possibly, let's see, if I do, I'll probably do the audience chamber on Monday for Monday's episode. And then next Friday's episode will most likely be the crafting room and a start on that tunnel going down, because I do want to at least determine where I'm going to put that down here, because I am going to be putting in more bedrooms. So I do want to have spacing somewhat defined and an area set aside for our tunnel entrance. I don't want to fill up all the space and then have to go back and dismantle rooms later because I suddenly realized that, oh yes, I was planning on putting in a tunnel and then I went and filled up all my available spaces. I don't want to do that. So I will probably get that done here in the next couple of episodes. And I'll have to go around and see. I did not walk around to the mine to take a look and see what it looks like from the mine side. So I'll have to do that and post a screenshot. Probably up on Google Plus and Twitter of what that looks like. I think it's pretty cool. I am glad that I didn't come out, right over the middle of like one of those giant, well, it's not really a tunnel, it's more like a giant pit in the ground. So I'm glad I didn't just materialize on top of that. That would have been bad. That would have been bad. It would have hurt a great deal as I fell. A great, great deal. Mining. I should find some good mining songs. I don't really know of any. I mean, there's the song from Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs that the dwarves are singing as they go to mine. Which, let's see, what is it? Hi-ho, it's off to work we go. Something like that. But I can't think of any other good mining songs. I should definitely find some. As much time as I spend digging down here, I should find some good mining songs. I should know a few. Now here we are. We're finally getting to the interesting part here, where I'm actually, building the bedroom here. This is real legitimate progress, ladies and gentlemen. I will have you know, this is actual progress. I know sometimes it can seem like that never happens because, there's hours that go into just digging before anything really happens. But here you have it. Progress is being made. We are getting started. I am going to have to pause in just a moment, but I will be back shortly. All right, so we are back, and I am now just figuring out what resources I need to craft some of the finer detail elements for the bedroom. And of course, it's going to require a little bit of crafting to turn all the raw materials into the actual items that I need. But the good news is that I have all of the raw materials that I need. So I don't have to go out and chop down trees or hunt for a sheep for wool. Speaking of wool, spinning can be a little annoying. You have to position it just right to get the spinning wheel to cooperate with you. It's a little bit silly, but that's okay. That is okay. Just a kind of a random commentary, random thought. Another random thought, that tent looks really cool. I don't need it, but it looks cool. Now here you can see I'm flipping through beds. I like the bed frames that are associated with the white and black striped bedding, but I don't like that bedding itself. So I'm kind of flipping through my options. So you'll see here, that white and black, I just don't like it. So I went with the other one. I wish we had a few more color options. I feel like we're pretty limited in that regard. So it would be nice if we could have some more color options, some reskins of a few things. And, just kind of taking a look through, seeing what's available to craft, what are my options. And of course, you can see that I'm crafting some of the necessities to put into our bedroom and bathroom here, because this is designed to be like a master bathroom in here. All the bedrooms will be designed this way for the most part. I just think that would be the nicest thing. Everybody should have their very own bathroom. It's so much nicer. Now, one thing I really can't wait for, and I know that Lady De Winter was talking about this in, I think it was one of her live streams recently. I can't wait for Red to put in the ability or the item of a shower or a bathtub. I think that would be absolutely wonderful. Specifically, one of the giant old style clawfoot bathtubs. That would be great. It would be absolutely great. So I can cross my fingers and I can hope. But in the meantime, I am going to put in what's available. I think it looks pretty good here. Just kind of checking to see, as I go through the doors, does it feel good? Does it look good? Do I like it? Do I want to change it? And that does look pretty good. I do need to make more lights and put better lighting throughout our wonderful little home here. But I will get to that. And you really can make a lot of different lights. Now the chandelier, that is what is going to grace the audience chamber. Because that just looks really, really cool, right, you guys? That's a beautiful chandelier. So, of course, I have to have some of those in my home. But I checked it out, and it does not fit in any other room in the house right now. So, I'm going to have to put that in the audience chamber. Which is fine, because that's very appropriate for the audience chamber. Something absolutely wonderful like that. Now, some of these lights are, I feel like they're very industrial seeming. Like the big fluorescent light bulbs and stuff like that. They don't really say nice and home and cozy to me. I do wish that we had more options for wall lamps. That would be really great if we could make more of those. But alas, we don't. We don't. There are some really great things that you can craft for a very modern look, so to speak. So a lot of the lighting does kind of feed into that. They have a very, very nice desk lamp that really does look like, the desk lamps that go on sale at Walmart every back to school season. Looks exactly like those. And I know I'm rambling a little bit. I do apologize for that. Hopefully I'm not annoying anyone too terribly badly here. Just kind of going back through and creating everything that I need here. The different tables are very interesting. So at some point I will definitely craft more, because I do also need, like an actual dining room. We don't have one of those, and I want one. So at some point that's going to happen as well. And then it's so neat. You can make Christmas trees and presents, and you can mount dead animals on your wall, which I'm not really a fan of, but to each his own. Everyone likes different things, right? So here we are, finishing up the details of the bedroom here. And I want each bedroom to look different. So a lot of that's going to come down to like different colors for the wood and things like that, just to create a very distinctive look for each one. I don't want them to look identical in any way. And these lights, I don't know. I thought it looked kind of cool, but I'm thinking that they're probably going to be more appropriate for like the mine shaft. I think that would be a better setting for them, because they're really designed for very tall ceilings. So I'll get those changed at some point. Alright folks, we're coming towards the end of today's video here. So be sure to hit that like button if you enjoyed the video, subscribe for more, and of course, as always, any thoughts, questions, ideas you have, drop them in the comments down below. See, there's our chandelier, and that is way too big for this room. So the audience chamber is going to have a much higher ceiling, designed specifically to accommodate that chandelier. So I am kind of glad that I haven't started on that just yet, because it's going to take a little bit of trial and error to figure out exactly how big I have to make it. And it's going to involve a lot of digging too. So be sure to cast your votes for the 2 different things that we're voting about down below. Thank you so much for stopping in and watching, and I'll see you next time.